Italo was doing his Italo thing, going crazy, like so much energy. I just remember kind of going like looking over, and Italo's just like rapping in Portuguese, just like going, and I'm just like, wow, this is insane.
It felt like you timed your entry almost like it was so militant the way it was like almost strategic that you came in just enough to check the waves, but not long enough to get lost in the noise of down there. Like,
Yeah, my perfect number that I go before heats is an hour before my heat. Usually, I'll leave the house usually like an hour 15. Like we left an hour 15 before the heat, and then it takes 15 minutes to get down there and get into the locker room and stuff. And that gives me like I'm able to watch the heat two heats before, and then the heat before mine, I can kind of start getting ready and get like my stuff together into my zone, warm up, and take that kind of 20 minutes before I have to paddle out to get ready. And so I do that all year. I do like try to be at the contest 1 hour before. For me, is like a really nice number. And so I just did that. I was there like the 1 hour before, was able to watch the waves for a bit, and then put some music in, get ready, and just yeah, just kind of take my time and warm up.
you were talking about visualization, and so like visualization is like it's even the scent and the sound of what you picture.
Yep.
I know you're gonna feel uncomfortable doing this. Can you close your eyes and tell me what you see, like when you see that? I would love
Yeah,
to know what you visualize.
yeah. It's kind of like I close my eyes when I'm visualizing, and for me, I visualize like or like arriving down at the event, standing there, watching the waves, the kind of feeling the crowd, like knowing like fuck, there's a lot of energy around. Like this is crazy. There's a lot of people, more than any other event. I know there's gonna be more pressure. It's hot. Like yeah, I'm comfortable with the waves. Look super fun. And then I kind of like start going like, okay, I'm getting ready. Put my jersey on, and usually when I put my jersey on, it's like kind of like clicking into like I click into like it's like a trigger point almost. You go okay, like jersey's on, like okay, like we're going now. Um,
What's
and
that feel
then
like? What's it feel like when the jersey comes on?
jersey comes on, and I feel like it's like a singular focus of what I'm gonna do. I usually put my jersey on, and then I'll walk down to the water, and take in like what's happening, kind of like. So I'm like, okay, like oh yeah, the sun's hot on my skin. I feel the water on my feet. I can hear the announcers, and I can hear all the people yelling and whatnot. And then I look at the waves, and I'm like, oh, the waves look really fun. And the thing that I like usually end with is like, if I was like showed up somewhere with my brothers and friends and there was no one out and these were the waves, like I would be so like that. I go to that feeling of what that would feel like. Um, and for me, it like relaxes my shoulders. And I go, ah, okay. And I take a deep breath and I open my eyes, and then I go in the water. Um,
Oh wow.
and yeah, so I visualize just the lead up to it of how I want to feel, like what I want to feel. And then the but that's like a main one that was like the feeling of just like when I am. I mean you know how it is. Like if you show up to a wave like lowers and there was two people out and you're with you and your buddy, you'd be like, oh my god, this is so sick. Like yeah, like you'd be freaking out.
Even if
You
you're
get
an
so
intro.
much. Yeah,
Yeah.
you get so much energy out of that. So I get a lot of energy out of that. And then, but the one thing that was interesting about the finals was like, as much as I visualized that, like it's always slightly like a little different than what you think it is. And I definitely kind of tried to prep myself for like being okay with that. And I remember I was walking, or I was Italo was doing his Italo thing, like
Yeah.
just going crazy, like so much energy. And I was just, and they make you stand behind the thing before they announce you guys. So it's just you guys sitting there. And I remember I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna have a second to do like my like close my eyes and like breathing and like just feel like what's happening, because there's so many people on the beach. It's kind of like you go through the crowd and you just go. So like, I guess I'll do it right here, and I'm like doing it, and then I just remember kind of going like looking over, and Italo's just like rapping in Portuguese, just like going, and I'm just like, wow, this is like, I was kind of just like smiling, like this is what a like just thing this is insane. Like we're both just like getting ready for our thing. but I want to go back to like like I think it was like an hour before or two, or like right when we got down there, like 30 minutes before. My wife and my son were there, and it was the coolest thing because I was kind of nervous of bringing them because I hadn't had them at an event all year. And I was like, I don't know what it's going to be like. Is it going to change things? But it was like I was like just kind of let go, and I was like holding my son and like playing with him, and I was like, holy crap! Like it just took away all the nerves, anything like, and it was like made it way more of like this is like a game to me. Like this contest, everything is like a game, and like that's what's important. Like looking at him, I was just smiling, and it just made me laugh to myself in a way, and I felt like it took like another level of like pressure away from it. Um, but yeah, so like I kind of forgot to mention that because that was like a really big part of it. I felt like, but then when we went down, I so they announced us, and then we're walking out. Like Italo jumps off the stairs, like six down, six stairs, sprints, and then I just walk down slow, and everyone's like yelling and screaming. And normally I'm kind of like, I just want to get in the water as quick as I can. And then I just remember this moment going like, whatever, fuck it, this is what it is. And I like just kind of like stood up and just walked and like put my both my hands out, and I was like just like accepting like the just psych of all the people there and the crowd and the energy. And it gives you like I got so much energy from that because it was just so rad to be in that and like be just like all good with it. Like I don't know, it was a really cool feeling to be in. Like buzzing, you're like buzzing going through it. You're like, oh my god, this is insane. And then getting on the ski and going in the water and just being okay, let's do this, and then sit for 25 minutes.